what have you done specifically to encourage homeschooling in the Black community?
Well,
Have
I
you
think
hosted events? Do you speak at events? Tell us all the myriad of things you do.
yeah, so I think modeling is so important, is really having Black homeschoolers connect in community, because community is always a big part of starting to homeschool. You think you're going to be going to homeschool and you're not going to have any friends, you're not going to know anybody. And so being able to be a part of community. We just did an event, the HSLDA was a sponsor for at HEAV convention. That was their reception. Just showing up at the reception, I saw the faces of the people there who were just so excited to be in the room.
Was it a reception for Black homeschoolers?
Yes.
Is that what it was? Okay,
Yes,
okay,
Black
okay,
Outreach Reception, it was
okay.
great. And then we also travel and we help, local, out of the area, I shouldn't say locally. We traveled to Georgia and we had a chance to be a part of the Flourish Conference, so they're doing conferences and we're able to come, support, bring material, and just encourage, be speakers, whatever it is that's needed in the community, encourage the leaders along the way. So that's always exciting. And then connecting them with their attorneys. A lot of times a homeschooler is new to homeschooling and they don't understand the law, right? They don't understand. They've gotten this story or the scary story off the internet, right? They got the wrong states. You're on the internet and that might not be your homeschool law for your state. They need to be connected. And so that's an opportunity for us to connect them to the attorneys at HSLDA. Maybe they're a homeschool leader and they're starting a new co op and they need to be connected to Darren Jones and that whole department of group services. And so it's just it's a bridge, as a liaison to be able to help in the community, just like we do for the Hispanic community and the military community. People really need modeling. They need people that's in a situation similar to them that they can connect with. And so that's what really it becomes. And so it's always fun to be able to come alongside kids and they're like, "Oh, you homeschool too? And you have a fourth grader too? And you have a high school student too?" It's that David encouragement, right? And they're like, "I'm gonna encourage myself. She can do it, I can do it too." And that's what you want.
Okay, that's amazing. And so now the growth that happened through COVID, are you seeing a lot of that stick around and more growth continuing?
Yes, I think it's sticking around because people now know. And so now as we move into this, we're what, 5 years from COVID, how many years we are from COVID, you're seeing this new movement of people who've heard about it now. Right. So now it's a part of history, if you will, that, so if you Google Black homeschooling, everything's going to explode on your Google and talk about the explosive, growth of it. And so that gives encouragement to the new people who are coming to say, can I do this? And they're like, hey, it's a story here, it's a story here, it's a story here. And I think that that's the beauty of why Black homeschooling is still growing in a very, very upward way, because people know that it's possible, that it can be done, and that many people have done it.
Well, I think at the graduation you hosted, I mean, that you put on in Maryland, what would you say the racial mix was there? Maybe
Yeah.
70% Black?
Well, it was Hispanic.
Okay.
So we had Hispanic, we had
You had
Black, we
Black.
had white. I really think it was a whole representation of heaven. It was just a little bit of everybody there, but you're right. It was a place where Black and brown, Black and Hispanic people were coming out, because I think one of the problems that most of the state orgs are having is that they're having phenomenal conferences. But how do you get the people who are homeschooling out? And it's really being able to create a safe space to say, hey, I welcome you. And a lot of times we'll have, literature and we'll have, faces who are African American on it, but it won't draw people out. And a lot of times they need a person to say, hey, it's safe over here. Come out, bring your children, bring your husband, bring your questions. Bring your fears, your doubts, right? Because homeschooling is not easy, right? It can be done. So they want to be able to come to a place where they can connect. And we just hope that what we're doing at Machi, Maryland Association of Christian Home Educator, is a welcome mat for those who need help in homeschooling, no matter what race you are.
Yeah, I mean, at that graduation, it was so phenomenally blended. I cannot tell you how encouraged I was and how many great conversations I had with so many people afterwards, students and adults. It was
Yeah.
just such a highlight of the year for us. It was
Oh,
like you said, a kind of a taste of heaven.
yes.
And everybody was happy, everybody was celebrating,
Yes.
and it was a great time to be together.
Yes.
So, So what do you think is significant for the whole homeschooling community that we have so many more black and brown homeschoolers, um, homeschooling?
Yeah, I think what's significant is unity in that it's a community that has already existed and Black homeschoolers are now coming into it, which is great. And I really believe that we can all work together. I think as we are seeing all kinds of bad legislation pop up in different states, bringing your voice to it matters. I cannot tell you how many times that, I've been in the Maryland legislature and introduced myself as the homeschooler, the shock, right, that comes upon the face of those, oh, you homeschool. Oh, right.
Yes, okay.
It's exciting to see, that homeschooling it looks different, right? It's just it's so many different people, so many races, so many ethnicities of people who are embracing home education. And I think that when our legislators see it, that it's their constituents, no matter where they are on the map, that are homeschooling, I think it's an impact that is just priceless. And I think for such a time as this, God has brought us all together in homeschooling to support homeschooling for the next 40 years.